Welcome students. So in this video we are going to discuss questions on alkyl and aryl halide substitution reaction, which is chapter number 5A of advanced problem in organic chemistry by MS Chauhan. In this video we are going to discuss question number 11 to 20 of level 1. So this is question number 11. The question is rank the following in order of decreasing rate of solubilysis with aqueous ethanol from fastest to slowest. So solvolysis or hydrolysis, this kind of terms will give you the sense of SN1 reaction. Okay, solvolysis or hydrolysis, these kind of terms will give you a sense of SN1 reaction, and in SN1 reaction, as we know, we have to check carbocation stability. Okay. So if we start with first molecule, that is CH3Br. In bromine we have 3 lone pairs, and this lone pair is conjugated. So this is very bad leaving group, as there is some double bond character introduced in molecule number 1. So in this case bromine is very bad leaving group and it is difficult to remove the bromine from the system. That's why the rate of SN1 reaction is very less. If we take the second molecule, CH3Br, bromide is a leaving group. After elimination of bromide, we will get this kind of carbocation, and this will give hyperconjugation of 7 hydrogens, 2 plus 2 plus 3, total 7 hyperconjugations are present to stabilize this kind of carbocation. And in third molecule, CH2CH, the initially bromide will be eliminated and this kind of carbocation is formed, which is stabilized by hyperconjugation of 5 hydrogens. So if we compare the carbocation stability order obviously 2 greater than 3 greater than 1, as well as the rate of SN1 reaction or the rate of solvolysis reaction is always also 2 greater than 3 greater than 1. So this is going to be the right answer. The next question is the reaction of 4-bromobenzyl chloride. So first we have to write the structure of 4-bromobenzyl chloride. So this is benzyl chloride and this is 4-bromobenzyl chloride. And the nucleophile is cyanide, NaCN, so nucleophile is cyanide. Ethanol is solvent, so polar protic solvent. So we will sense this is going to be SN1 reaction. But this bromine is very bad leaving group. For the same reason, there is some double bond character. Due to the resonance. So this bromine is very bad leaving group. So this chlorine is the only present leaving group in this molecule. So if we react this molecule with cyanide, we can see this cyanide can approach from here and this chlorine will be eliminated and the final molecule will be this. Okay, so in question number 12, this is 4-bromobenzyl cyanide. 4-bromobenzyl cyanide. So option A is the correct option. In question number 3, Question number 13. Which of the following reactant will not favor nucleophilic substitution reaction? So in these molecule we have already discussed that SN1 and SN2 both are not possible. Why? Because in SN1 reaction we need carbocation. So this type of carbocation is very unstable because carbocation is in bridgehead position, and SN2 is not possible because nucleophilic attack from the backside of this bromine is not possible due to this cage-like structure. Okay, so the backside of this CBr bond is very much radically hindered that nucleophile cannot approach from the backside of this CBr bond. So the option A molecule is not going to be involved in SN1 or SN2 reaction. Same thing for B. This is bromobenzene. In case of bromobenzene, we can see this kind of situation. So if resonance is present, there will be some double bond character introduced. If we draw the resonance hybrid of these two, only these two, we can see a partial bond present between carbon and bromine. So due to the resonance, this CBr bond will become more and more stable. Okay. So if leaving group is very much stable or very tightly attached with the carbon, then it is very difficult to remove that leaving group from the system, and hence substitution reaction rate will decrease, and in this case substitution is not possible at all. Okay. Moving forward to option number C, here we have some difficulties because SN2 reaction is not possible here because this huge sterically hindered tertiary butyl group is present. Because you may have two hydrogens here, but tertiary butyl is very huge in size. So nucleophile cannot approach from the back side due to this very much sterically hindered functional group. Okay, so SN2 reaction is not possible. SN1 reaction is not possible that much, but there will be some sort of SN1 reaction possible, but not that much higher in rate because initially formed carbocation is not stable. If we go for SN1 reaction, we can see that after leaving group elimination, we will have this kind of carbocation. Yes, this carbocation can rearrange itself to form more stable carbocation, but initially formed carbocation is not that much stable because this is stabilized only by the plus I effect, which is not very great effect to explain any carbocation stability. Okay, so there should not be any SN2 reaction, but there is a little bit of SN1 reaction possible for C molecule. Okay, but this is not favored. Favored means this is not going to be a large extent production. Okay, so option A, B, C all are nucleophilic hindered or inert. So the option D will be the correct one. Okay. The next question is, we have OH minus as nucleophile. We have OH minus as nucleophile. Same reason, backside attack is not possible due to the cage-like structure, and SN1 reaction is not possible because bridgehead position. Okay, so SN1 and SN2 both are not possible. SN1 and SN2 both are not possible. That's why this reaction should be marked as does not take place. Moving forward to question number 15, here we have some sort of concept because we are going to draw delta G versus reaction coordinate. Okay, so delta G depends on delta H minus T delta S. Delta G depends on delta H minus T delta S. So we can't guess the entropy case here. We can't guess the entropy case here because this is a medium based reaction. There is no gas liberation. That's why Entropy we can't guess, but we can guess the delta H thing because this is exothermic or endothermic concept. Okay, so in this case we can think about delta G is directly proportional to delta H. I am not taking this as physical chemistry concept, only for this purpose. So if we take this kind of situation, we have initially bromine down the plane and methyl is above the plane. So we have above the plane methyl and below the plane bromine. And in SN1 reaction, first this will be eliminated. Okay, so we have a plain carbocation here with unhybridized pure p orbital. Now nucleophile water can approach from above the plane as well as from below the plane. Okay, nucleophile can approach from the above the plane as well as from the below the plane. So two products will be formed. Okay, so if we plot delta G versus reaction coordinate, for the first part we will end up with this kind of situation. This is step number 1, where this is the position of carbocation and this is the position of the reagent. Okay, now the product we are going to form by addition of water will look like this, OH methyl, because two products are formed and another product is this. We are not discussing about the yield or percentage, we are discussing about the potential energy or delta G. So they both have the same energy. So from here we should have three-dimensionally two graphs, but they are identical. Okay, so if we draw like this indicates there should be a similar graph which is over here for the second molecule also. We can't have two different graphs here. Okay, the problem is in the question, there is some error in the question because we can't have two different graphs because the carbocation energy is same. They both are sharing the same intermediate. Okay, so these two reactions should be same. Okay, and the energies are also same, so they are over each other. Two graphs are over each other. Okay, so we can't have two different humps. Yes, we have two different humps, but for two-dimensional plot we can't differentiate that two humps. Okay, so if it is a two-dimensional plot, we have to always draw this graph, not two humps for the second step. Okay, if we see three-dimensionally, it will look like this one for the first step, and if we see from this angle, we can see that this is the line of intermediate. This is from here we have one graph here, one graph here. Okay, so if we saw this from this angle, it will look like this. Okay, you can think about like this. The first initially graph is like this. Okay, so in the question we don't have this kind of situation. So for me, the option A is correct. Okay, so this is a very interesting topic, which is NGP of phenyl. NGP of phenyl ring, neighboring group participation of phenyl ring. Let me explain this first and then I will come to this question. So if we have a situation like this, OTS is a good leaving group. Okay, very good leaving group. So in this case, phenyl will involved in neighboring group participation by involving its pi electrons like this. Okay, so pi electrons will be polarized towards the OTS attached carbon and OTS will be eliminated. Okay, so in the transition state, we can see this kind of intermediate. In the transition state, we can see this kind of intermediates. Okay, intermediates. Now this is very unstable. Okay, this is very unstable, and nucleophile now can approach from the either side. It can approach from this carbon, it can approach from this carbon because both are identical. So I am taking as 1 and 2. So in mode 1, if we draw the structure again, in the mode 1, nucleophile will approach from this side, and this bond is going to be broken, and the final product will look like this. Here nucleophile will be attached. Here we have phenyl with 2 hydrogen, correct? And for the second case, for the second case, nucleophile will approach from this side, this CH bond will break, and we are end up with this kind of situation. Now, if we start with the isotope marking, okay, this carbon is isotope marked, this is isotope marked, this is isotope marked, this is isotope marked. Then nucleophile will be attached at isotope marked carbon, okay. But in this second molecule, nucleophile will be attached with isotope not marked carbon, okay, or normal carbon. So we are going to have two different two products in NGP of phenyl. Okay, so if we look closely, we have isotope level here, so we can have option 1, we can have option 2, because here the nucleophile is RC double bond O minus. Do the same thing, okay, do the same thing as I have shown earlier, do the same mechanism, and you will end up with both A and B, and the more correct answer is this one, okay, C, because both A and B. So in phenyl of NGP, two products are formed with equal amount. Okay, so the next question is, NBS is used. NBS is N-bromosuccinamide, which will add Br dot at benzylic or allylic position. So after using the NBS, we are end up with this kind of situation, and CH3S minus is the nucleophile. In this case, iodine is very bad leaving group because it is in resonance with the phenyl ring. So sulfur will approach this carbon and bromine will be eliminated. So the final product will look like CH2ACH3. So this will be the final product, which is option B. Okay. Oh, I am sorry, this is option A. Next question, SN2 reaction rate. Okay, so we know that less steric, more SN2 rate. Okay, so least steric position is this, and more steric position is this. So it is clear that this question, answer of this question is going to be option A. Okay, because with the increase of the static hindrance, the rate of the reaction will decrease, and the rate of the reaction, if the rate of the reaction is decreased, then obviously log of rate will also decrease. Okay. Similarly, the next question we have to go for SN1 reaction rate. So in this case, we have to check stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation. Okay. So it increase the stability of carbocation, the rate of the reaction will increase. So if we check option C, okay, methyl to ethyl, ethyl to isopropyl, isopropyl to tertiary butyl, the stability of carbocation will increase. So rate of the SN1 reaction will also increase in this case. Okay. So this is the last question of this session or this video. Which of the following is more reactive towards SN2 reaction? As we know that if electron withdrawing groups are present, the SN2 reaction rate will increase. Okay. Why? Because in the transition state we can see R1, this is a penta-coordinated transition state. So here we have an electron density between these three atoms. Okay. So if central carbon is attached with some electron withdrawing group, if central carbon is attached with some electron withdrawing group, okay, then the rate of the reaction will increase. If we see the option number D, NO2 is present, which can show minus R as well as minus I, both electron withdrawing group. Then during the SN2 reaction, the del negative or electron density will be stabilized by this NO2 group. Okay, and rate of the reaction will increase. Okay, so the most reactive toward SN2 reaction will be option number D. Okay, so with this we will end this session. Thank you very much for watching.